As far back as I can remember, I always wanted a Virtual Boy, and now I have one. Kind of. Before all that, let's see how we got here. History lesson. In 1995, Nintendo took one of the biggest swings in its history with a machine unlike anything the gaming world had seen before, the Virtual Boy. Marketed as a bold leap into true 3D gaming, it promised immersive depth, futuristic visuals, and a glimpse at the next era of Nintendo innovation. But instead of becoming the future, it became one of the company's most infamous missteps. Developed under the guidance of Gunpei Yokoi, the legendary mind behind the Game Boy, the Virtual Boy was rushed to market. Limited by technical constraints and overshadowed by the upcoming Nintendo 64, its red and black graphics, awkward tabletop design, and concerns about eye strain quickly turned it into a commercial failure. Within a year, Nintendo discontinued it, leaving behind a tiny library of games and a legacy that's equal parts fascinating and tragic. Today, the Virtual Boy stands as a cult curiosity, a reminder of Nintendo's willingness to experiment even when the risks are very high. And despite its flaws, it remains one of the most intriguing consoles in gaming history. Released on February the 17th, 2026, this rendition of the Virtual Boy is a fancy looking shell to place your Switch or Switch 2 into. It slides in easier than me with your mum on a Saturday night and looks a very close facsimile to the original hardware. Minus, what is my biggest gripe, the super cool looking controller. We'll come back to that later. Via a Virtual Boy app on your Switch, you can currently play 7 games in all their stereoscopic 3D glory. Red Alarm, which is a wireframe vector looking space shooter, which has a decent enough 3D effect to it and is actually pretty fun to play. Tellero Boxer, a visually cool looking punch out style boxing game with mech suits or robots or both, I'm not really sure. I was looking forward to playing this as the visuals had always appealed to me in the things that I'd seen, but the game controls caused the game to be more frustrating than fun, unfortunately. Galactic Pinball. This is a great little pinball game with 4 space themed tables. Instead of a ball, the game uses a puck, which has a slight delay when hitting the flippers, but other than that, it's a solid game. It even has a Samus Easter egg where you can control her ship in a mini game. Golf. This should have been an easy win type of game, but it just feels devoid of any charm. The graphics are okay. It's just below par for me. The Mansion of Innsmouth. What I originally thought was a dungeon crawler is a timed level shooter. It's cool to play as an oddity, but it really lacks any depth, which is a shame as it looks and runs really well. Loosely based on the Lovecraft story The Shadow over Innsmouth, only really retaining the weird fish-like monsters. 3D Tetris. This isn't really a Tetris game, more of a falling block puzzle where the aim is to fill a floor with the pieces as they fall. The screen constantly moves from left to right as you try and drop the pieces, and it makes me feel more nauseous than any of the games I played for this video. And that leads us on to Wario Land. Wario Land on a Virtual Boy is widely regarded as the system's best game. It delivers a full, polished Wario Land platforming experience built around the 3D effect. You explore underground, non-linear levels, collecting treasure and keys while using depth to jump between foreground and background areas to solve puzzles and reach its secrets. With classic Wario moves, power-up hats, and a smart use of the stereoscopic visuals, it shows what the Virtual Boy could have done when its hardware was used properly, even if the game itself is a little bit short. Out of all of the games available so far on the Nintendo Switch 2, Wario Land is by far my favourite to play. So in conclusion, who do I think the new Virtual Boy is for? It's for someone like me, who has always wanted one but due to price hasn't taken the jump to buying an original. I can now enjoy playing these video game oddities in full stereoscopic 3D at home. And it's also for devout Nintendo fans who want to have one as a cool shelf edition. But back to what I said earlier on, I would have loved there to have been a controller packed with this rather than using the Joy-Cons. The NES, SNES, N64 and GameCube controllers that Nintendo have released over the last few years proved that this could have easily been a thing, and I'm left saddened that they half-assed it for this release. I now have a very cool copy of the Virtual Boy to place on a shelf and look at, which, in truth, will make me happy every time I see it, and for me, that's enough. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment on what you think of this sort of Nintendo Virtual Boy. Laters.